Hi, my name is Johanna, and today I wanted to go through with you 6 fragrances. They're from this collection, the Mason Francis Kurkdjian Oud Wardrobe Collection. This is the outer box, and then this is the box that came inside. And the 6 fragrances are OUD Eau de Parfum, OUD Extrait de Parfum, OUD Silk Mood Eau de Parfum, OUD Silk Mood Extrait de Parfum, OUD Satin Mood Eau de Parfum, and then OUD Satin Mood Extrait de Parfum. Looking at the levels, you can make your guesses as to which ones I liked. And you might have a guess as far as which one or ones I might have full bottles of. I came across this collection and purchased it about 3 years ago. Next, I'm going to show you my bottles. OUD Extrait de Parfum, OUD Eau de Parfum, and OUD Silk Mood Extrait de Parfum. So the one that was the lowest level in the Discovery set was the OUD Silk Mood Eau de Parfum. I don't think I got that one. I think I wanted to go straight for the Extrait, and that's what I did. I got it here. These are 2.4 fluid ounces each. I actually took 3 of these out from the wardrobe because I realized I didn't get a full bottle of OUD Silk Mood, and that's the one I use the most of. OUD Satin Mood Extrait and OUD Satin Mood Eau de Parfum. When I got this Discovery wardrobe about 3 years ago, I decided that when I first smelled OUD Silk Mood, like, yes, I love it, I love it, I love it. It got stuck in my head. It reminded me of taking a shower in a forest. It was like the cleanest shower you could imagine. And I had to have it. In fact, soon thereafter, I just decided it's going to be my signature scent. You know, very naive for me to decide that that was going to be my signature scent because I didn't have enough time with it. And just because I had that immediate positive impression didn't mean that was going to continue. And also didn't mean that I was going to be able to settle on one fragrance, which is the case for most of us frag heads. We can't settle on one fragrance as our signature scent. Or if we do have a signature scent, it's kind of like, yeah, but we wear all these other ones and we don't wear that one that much or whatever. I don't know how it is for you. Let me know. Let me know if you have a signature scent and how you deal with that as far as your other fragrances that you may have. I want to go through these with you and just tell you about the notes, tell you about my impressions on the fragrances. First, we're going to do OUD Eau de Parfum. I sprayed these on strips here. And I have my full bottle for you to see. It's nice. I sprayed these about 5 or 10 minutes ago. It's nice. It's very sharp. I don't know how the notes correspond with what I smell, or rather the accords. The accords are warm, spicy, oud, aromatic, woody, balsamic, metallic, patchouli, leather, conifer, and fresh spicy. This fragrance was released in 2012, and the perfumer is Francis Kurkdjian. This is the same perfumer for all of these fragrances. The notes: saffron, elemi, agarwood, which is oud, patchouli, and cedar. I think the oud Eau de Parfum, and for all of these, the Eau de Parfums have different notes, just a little, than the Extrait de Parfums. So they are different. But I went for the extraits first because I just go for like the most blasting fragrance I can possibly find, it seems like. And later on I go from there and maybe find out yes, the Extrait was too much, and maybe I should have gotten the EDP instead. But so it goes. We learn, right? When I smell oud, I smell something very sharp and, like they said, metallic in the accords. Yes, it's metallic and sharp. And I guess the oud and the saffron are contributing to that. And so I don't really like this oud. And I don't like the oud that's used in here. I think it's Laotian oud. I don't know if it's real oud or not, but I don't tend to like the ouds that are used in most of this line of fragrances. I'll just tell you that. Also, I do apologize for the wind situation here. It was worse when I was holding the camera and didn't have a microphone closer to me. But I'm aware that there is wind going on, and I hope that you just maybe appreciate some of the ambience of it, and hopefully it's not too distracting, like auditorily, for you. And I apologize. All right, so then let's try the Oud Extrait de Parfum. Okay, this is different. And the main accords are warm, spicy, oud, woody, vanilla, aromatic, balsamic, metallic, musky, leather, and floral. This was released in 2018. And the notes in the top: saffron, elemi resin. In the middle, vanilla, ambrette, muskmallow, Atlas cedar. And in the base, Laotian oud and Indonesian patchouli leaf. Yeah, so this one is the Extrait, and it's even more sharp and slightly more woody than the patchouli. This has more notes. This has vanilla. I'm glad they put vanilla. I think they needed to, because it's so harsh. It's harsh to me. And so they've put the vanilla in to soften it out, which probably helped, but I feel like it still wasn't good for me. Nevertheless, at some point I purchased the bottle. And here's my bottle. And there's the level. From the atomizer, I do smell the vanilla more than I do from the paper. Now, I'm not spraying these on my skin because there's just no way I could get sick. It's cold outside and I don't want to take my sleeves off. So I'm not spraying on my skin. In fact, I don't use these much. It's been a while since I've used these, and I just find them to be too much, especially the Oud EDP and the Oud Extrait. Next is the Oud Silk Mood EDP. All right, and the accords: rose, oud, floral, woody, fresh spicy, herbal, citrus, green, and aromatic. This was released in 2018, and the top notes are Bulgarian rose, chamomile, bergamot. The mid, guaiac wood, and hedione. And in the base, algar wood, oud, and papyrus. Now, I don't have a full bottle of this. I just have the wardrobe vial. I think it's like 10 milliliters. Now, I think the rose, it's sharp. The rose is sharp, I think the chamomile probably softens it a bit. Chamomile is a flower that has kind of a deeper, it's not like a delicate flower, it's kind of deeper, more woody. Then it has guaiac wood and hedione in the mid. Now, hedione is something we don't usually see listed in the notes, but it is in most perfumes that you get. Hedione is kind of like an aldehyde in the way that we add it to things to enhance the other ones, the other notes, and it has certain effects. It can bring like it can bring like something sparkling to a fragrance. I mean, it changes the dimensions of the fragrance. And then it doesn't say Laotian oud here. It says just agarwood oud and papyrus. However, it has the similar oud smell that the other two ouds that I just went through with you have. And probably it's so sharp because of the Bulgarian rose in here. The Bulgarian rose is sharp and it's kind of like Delina in that way. I don't know if Delina uses Bulgarian rose, but it's that type of sharp floral rose. Yeah, so this is a clean, fresh fragrance, and it reminds me of taking a shower in a waterfall in the middle of a forest. It's kind of otherworldly. I was captured by this fragrance. I think when I purchased the full bottle, I should have gone for the EDP, but instead I got the Extrait because you know me. I want more, or I think I want more until I get it, and then I realize I had too much. And next, we're going to look at the OUD Silk Mood Extrait de Parfum. OUD Silk Mood Extrait de Parfum. The main accords: rose, oud, floral, herbal, woody, fresh spicy, green, and leather. This fragrance was released in 2013, and the notes: Bulgarian rose, agarwood oud, chamomile, and papyrus. It made me happy, and I just smelled that. It's woody. It's got something woody. It's probably the chamomile and the papyrus and the agarwood, and the rose is so, it's more delicate. It's clean, like, you know, like I said, like a purified shower. And yeah, like I said, the woody aspects to this, the oud, chamomile, and papyrus. It's deep and rich. Why don't I wear this more? I'm not smelling it much from the atomizer here. I need to smell it from the paper. Maybe it's because it smells better on the paper than it does on me. Yes, it's nice. It's nice. I'm rating this higher at this time. I'm rating this higher. And now we're down to the last two of these fragrances. The next one is Oud Satin Mood Eau de Parfum. The main accords: rose, vanilla, oud, powdery, violet, amber, floral, warm spicy, and balsamic. This fragrance was released in 2015. And the notes: Bulgarian rose, Turkish rose, vanilla, agarwood, oud, violet, and benzoin. Mmm. Mmm. Wow. Okay, so this vanilla blends with this rose, the two types of rose, the Turkish and the Bulgarian rose. The vanilla blends with it in such a beautiful way. There's violet, which doesn't stand out a lot, but you know what? It makes it delicate and like there's this feminine aspect to this violet. And then the benzoin isn't super noticeable, but it's there and it's a resin. And it has the odor profile of a warm balsamic note reminiscent of vanilla. So the balsamic, that's just a rich kind of slightly bitter vanilla note. Yes, so this fragrance is not as sharp as the Oud Silk Mood. And so it doesn't have as much of a clean part of it because of vanilla too. The vanilla kind of smooths it, makes it more creamy. But it is delightful. This is beautiful. I haven't said what gender I think these are yet because I think they're mostly unisex, but this one's slightly more feminine. Yeah, slightly more feminine to me, but you know what? I think men, if they wore it, it would be good because sometimes men's chemistry is like make something more spicy and like more musky. Yeah, this is a nice one. Then last, but certainly not least, fragrance is Oud Satin Mood Extrait de Parfum. The main accords: rose, oud, powdery, vanilla, violet, floral, amber, fresh spicy, warm spicy, and cinnamon. This fragrance, Fragrantica isn't listing the release year for this fragrance. And the notes: damask rose, Turkish rose oil, agarwood oud, vanilla, violet, amber, Ceylon cinnamon, and geranium. Wow, this is like one of my favorites. It might be my favorite because the Ceylon cinnamon, it's like slightly warm spicy, and with the amber, oh my gosh, the vanilla. He put vanilla in a few of these fragrances, at least two. And I think that's just amazing because he didn't put too much vanilla. He just put enough to make it creamy and soft and like seductive. The roses are seductive too. So he basically put 3 types of rose in here because he also added geranium, which often has a rose, spicy rose smell, and then the Turkish rose oil and the damask rose. And I do remember smelling damask roses here in Portland. We're like the city of roses. There's probably a ton of other cities that call roses their thing, but we have a lot of rose gardens in like public parks here. So you can go and like see, they have labels, little plaques that say the type of rose, and you can smell all these different roses from that type. And we have a park called Forest Park, and Washington Park is right near there, and there are hundreds, probably thousands of roses there and different kinds. And you can go there in like June and July, and they're in full bloom, and they're smelling like as fresh and like perfect as they are. And like depending on the day, they smell different too. But damask roses are beautiful. They're like They're delicate, they're classy, they're feminine, but they're soft and like damask rose. You know, just like the word damask, it makes it sound demure, you know. This is gorgeous. And I will tell you this. Yesterday, I was getting these out, this discovery set, this wardrobe that I showed you. And I decided, you know, I didn't get any of the satin moods. I didn't order any full bottles. I do know someone who it's their signature scent. So that's why I didn't get any for myself. And I also didn't gravitate towards it when I first got these 3 years ago. I sprayed, like from this atomizer, I sprayed just here once on my hand. And then I did some work and I kept smelling it from my hand. Like I don't put my hand up here very much. I was smelling it. I was just like, whoa, that stuff is crazy. That stuff is really strong. And I don't get that from fragrances much, especially when I spray it on my hand. It's a strong fragrance and it's beautiful. It's just so beautiful. And the vanilla, can't say it enough. It's amazing in here. And you know, the violet, the amber, the cinnamon, it's just all so beautiful. These are exquisite fragrances, especially the satin mood, silk mood to some extent, the Extrait one. These are all exquisite. And even if you don't like them, you might still feel like they give something otherworldly about them, some of them. It was 4 hours later, and I was still smelling it coming from my hand, this one spray. It's like, oh, wow. That a little goes a long way. I might start using it. I don't know. I mean, it is the person I know's signature scent, so I don't want to do that too much, but I'm kind of into it. I didn't spray it on there today, though, so it's not there. I will smell this, though. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. I can't explain how, like, this sort of sharp, the rose, how it's creating this accord that's, like, so pleasant, so beautiful. There's nothing really super woody here. Yes. So I think from what I've read online, people talking, I think the Oud Satin Mood, either the EDP or the Extrait, are people's favorites of all of these. And there aren't so many people that say that they like Silk Mood. And there aren't so many people that say that they like the Ouds either. Maybe the guys do like the Ouds, but a lot of guys like the Satin Moods. So, well, I hope I gave you some idea about these. I mean, it's really hard to explain. I can't explain enough how the rose, when it's in the notes of these fragrances, it's sharp. And if you hate Delina because of that, then you probably wouldn't like these. You might like the satin ones. Let me try the satin. I'm picking up every one except the one I'm looking for. Oh, it's because I put it over here. Now, I want to compare the two Satin Mood ones. That's the EDP. They're very similar. And the notes are similar too. So the Extrait has amber and cinnamon and geranium, and Turkish rose oil, whereas the EDP does have Turkish rose. It just doesn't say Turkish rose oil. So it could be like Absolute, or it could be something else from that. And it has benzoin when the Extrait does not. Gosh. You know, it would be hard for me to decide between them, between the Extrait and the EDP. But I see they come in a smaller bottle. They come in this bottle. And I would say go for that, because this is going to last you for years, I think. I mean, unless you go anosmic, so don't overspray. I would, from my own personal experience, do not overspray these because you'll probably grow to hate it if you overspray these. Satin. I think I should have gone for the satin back then. I think I'm partial to the Extrait when it comes to the satin. Just slightly. Just maybe 7 to 10% better. But it depends on my mood. So maybe you'd want to get both. If you like them, you might want to get both. Thanks for letting me share with you this wardrobe that I got. Maybe you've tried some of these. Maybe you like one of them. What's your favorite of these fragrances that you've smelled? I want to know. Leave it in the comments below. I always love to see the comments, and I really try to interact with you as much as I can. Sometimes it takes me a while, but I do try to answer or reply to comments. Thanks for watching.